Inside Tennis with the Cause is brought to you by BMW of Sarasota. Drive your dream at BMW of Sarasota.
Hi, tennis fans. The Cause here with you again for another exciting half hour inside the world of tennis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
They say you should dress for the job you want. Shouldn't you drive the car for the life you want? Right now at BMW of Sarasota, experience the luxury you want for less. Like a 320i, only $269 per month. Or an X1, just $299 per month. Everything about you tells your story. Drive a BMW today. You deserve it. BMW of Sarasota. Experience the ultimate difference.
Nick Bollettieri watching Inside Tennis with my man, The Cause.
Hi, tennis fans. Welcome again to Inside Tennis with The Cause, brought to you by BMW of Sarasota, right here on SNN. Wow, we just had 2 exciting weeks of travel and filming, starting at Newport at the International Tennis Hall of Fame Championship and the induction ceremony, plus the Vineyard Youth Tennis Center and Martha's Vineyard with Scott Smith and Nick Bollettieri. We've got another great show for you today. The United Tennis Club with Jeff Russell, Gabby Trufro, World Top 40, Sandra Kasich, and special visits from 4-slam champion Anna Mandakova, Australian Open champ and world number 2 player Peter Korda, and a 20-year look back at 9-time slam champion Monica Seles. Our Totally Tennis Suncoast Tennis Calendar. Our Inside Tennis with the Cause tip with Jeff Russell, and a great sit-down interview with Sarasota Open's Tony Driscoll. So let's get it launched with United Tennis Club. Well, Gabby and Jeff, with IMG across the street, with the United Tennis Academy right here, this has got to be one of the tennis capitals of the world.
Bradenton, Sarasota area is pretty much the capital of the world of tennis, and we are thankful for being here and blessed. And we try to do our best to teach these kids the best they can be in tennis.
Jeff, what makes this area so strong? I mean, there are things behind this area.
Well, I think, the level of tennis with the juniors here, obviously the weather, and with the amount of professionals you have walking around here. I mean, anytime you walk through the academy here, you'll see Anna Mandakova and Peter Korda and great names from the past to just come out here and play tennis with their kids and enjoy. And I think that draws a lot of people here.
So, Hannah, what does a multiple slam champion look for in an academy for her daughter and her son?
Yes, well, we have been living in Boca for the last 4 years, so we moved after half a year looking for a place. And I tell you the truth, I wouldn't move anywhere else. I'm very happy here at Tennis Academy, and I get what I need for my kids. Basically, I'm not really involved in their tennis. They have their own coaches. I'm more like a mom. I'm driving like a taxi driver. I'm making lunches and dinners and all that stuff. But it's as hard as anything else. I can tell you that.
We taking care of her kids, Mark and Ellie, and Peter Korda is also training his kid here. So obviously, they trust our teaching and our facility, and how we're thinking about the kids becoming pros. So we're happy that they're here.
There's a guy across the street that has a lot of healthy respect for you two, and you have a healthy respect for him. Nick Bollettieri, you played there as a player. You also coached with him. What did Nick add to your coaching background?
Well, I consider Nick like my father, pretty much. I was there since I was 17. We traveled together to a lot of places, Germany with Boris Becker, Wimbledon. So I have a tremendous respect for him. One thing that I learned from Nick is have confidence when you coach, and he has tremendous confidence, and I think that's his, forte.
Nick had some indelible impacts on you, Jeff.
Yeah, he did. I was Nick's assistant. I was with him for 16 years, standing right beside him. And I can say, without a doubt, without Nick Bollettieri, there would be no United Tennis Academy. I mean, he, standing next to him, he taught me everything that I needed to know about tennis, and it was an unbelievable mentor. I couldn't be more grateful or more thankful.
There is lots of pride over here, an abundance amounts of pride at United Tennis Academy. Of what are you most proud?
Well, we're pretty much proud of our teaching. We put a lot of heart on the court. We strive for the best. We are not as big as the guys across the street, but I think our teaching and our staff is very valuable, and we were pretty much a boutique academy. And we have great results. Our kids are doing great, and we're doing really well. So that's what we're proud of.
Pride in the complex itself, Jeff.
Yeah, we're growing. We have 6 new hard courts now, 15 clay. We're going to have a gym, we're going to have a pool, and all those things. And as we grow, we're really proud of the facility. We're really proud of the kids. We're super proud of our staff. We think our staff is amazing. We have, where else can you go where your kid is going to be on the court with somebody like Sandra Kasich, who was top 50 in the world in the WTA Tour, or Mohamed Chakwi, who's worked with all the top pros and stood next to Nick also for many years. So our staff and our facility, we feel are the best around, and we feel like we can help the kids here.
You reach all levels of the game, startup tennis to touring pro tennis. What is the calendar like here?
Calendar's pretty tough. I mean, we do have all ages. I mean, we start them at 5 years old. We have a little kids program that we run, and then we have a kind of an intermediate program with 8 and 9 year olds, and then those kids graduate into our full-time program, and we try to bring them up through the ranks through ITFs and onto the futures and the satellites and challengers and onto the tour. So it's a start to finish program, and where you can jump in anywhere along the way. But the calendar gets tight, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of oversight from me and Gabriel. But we enjoy it. We enjoy seeing the kids. I mean, we get to see them watch them grow up, and we've had kids that started here at 10 years old, and now they're just coming out the other end at 17 and getting ready to start play, and it's really fun for us to see them grow.
Peter Korda, good to catch up with you. You spend a lot of time at this place, and you say it's kind of relaxing to come out and here hit some balls.
Obviously it's relaxing, but I've been here as a member for, 10, 15 years. Since I retired, I took as my club in the United States, and I've been here ever since. And my son is playing tennis, so when I need to, have a private time, we practice together, because normally he practices in the IMG Academy. But when I need what I have called the daddy and the son time, we have the time over here. Or when Jessica and Nelly, when they were younger, we hit over here.
How much fun is it for you, being a slam champion, to have your kids pursuing sports and careers in sports, as your golfing daughter has done?
To be honest, it's what is more important. I believe it's a success and the failure of my kids, because I said to one of my friends a couple of days ago, when I was playing, I had the joystick in my hand so I could control it, and sometimes it's very difficult, for the parents, to control their own kids, and I work with my kids. It's different, so I kind of getting into the shoes what my parents, and kind of revising the stories and the knowledge, they were throwing at me, and I didn't understand that, that time. Now I have my own kids, so I understand, and it's I really I really do enjoy being around my kids, and it's not just seeing success. The failures are most important, because when something hurts, you go deep inside and you can change things. When it's something it's going well, nobody is paying attention. It's that's very easy, and I learned that in my life. So being around them, seeing them making those baby steps, sometimes giant steps, it makes me very proud, and it makes me who I am now, and hopefully I will have some more those kind of not the memories but excitements, for upcoming years.
15 years on that pro tour, and you have a career that should be recognized by everybody, but not everybody knows about it and recognizes it. You were in that top 40 to 60 most of your career. You played all the slams, 4 each year for 15 years. Looking back, most memorable times. Kids, stories that you're going to tell your daughter soon.
Surprisingly, the most memorable are the ones that I didn't win. It's the back tournaments, the tournaments in Oklahoma where you beat Amy Frazier 7-6 in the third.
She never had a suntan all summer long, did
Never.
she?
She was your country club looking player and beat the pants off of everybody. It depends on when you look back at your career, if you just define it by wins, you really didn't enjoy your career. As many losses as I had and wins, I would do it all over again, but the ones that stand out are the ones that I had to work my butt off for.
Well, there were some big ones. Nevada was a big one, but you played in an era where they're all classic tennis legends of the past and also of the present right now. They're going to be with us forever. What was it like playing back then with those big names? Graf,
Monica, Capriati, Davenport, Conchita, Arantxa, all those.
You're a mom.
Yes, I am.
And you have a daughter.
Yes.
And you're teaching tennis. Talk about those two joys of life, teaching tennis and being a mother at the same time.
When I was younger, I always knew that I would have kids. And teaching kids, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed them. And now having my own child, just my heart, I'd never experienced a love so fulfilling. So home life out to tennis life, I can connect the two. I care about my kids. When they hit a good shot and I see them realize that they just did something right, it's the biggest high for me, more than I had when I won a tournament. So if I would have known it would have been like this, I would have done it honestly a little sooner. Not give myself a headache, but I wouldn't trade it at all.
They say you should dress for the job you want. Shouldn't you drive the car for the life you want? Right now at BMW of Sarasota, experience the luxury you want for less. Like a 320i, only $269 per month. Or an X1, just $299 per month. Everything about you tells your story. Drive a BMW today. You deserve it. BMW of Sarasota. Experience the ultimate difference.
Hey USTA Florida coaches, let's get the kids out on the court. Introduce them to the game with these 10 and under tennis balls. 10 under tennis allows kids to develop into all-around competitive players by learning shot patterns early in life. Playing on courts that are scaled to their size, tennis rackets that fit their bodies, and tennis balls that bounce to the right height for their strokes. And they'll learn how to play the game right, and they'll be playing that game for a lifetime.
The Automotive Service Technology program at Suncoast Technical College prepares students for careers in high-demand areas of automotive specialization, such as brakes, suspension and steering, electrical systems, engine repair, transmission and transaxles, heating and air conditioning, and much more. For more information, log on to suncoast.edu or call 941-924-1365. Suncoast Technical College, career in a year.
Tennis fans, welcome back to Inside Tennis with the Caz. Monica Seles and I worked together for 11 years at Laurel Oak. Monica was the touring professional. I was honored to be the Laurel Oak first tennis director. My son Davidson was one of Monica's sparring partners. The sporting world was shocked when Monica, who was at the zenith of her career, was stabbed in Germany. April of '93, 26 months later, she returned to the tour and she helped launch my broadcast career. And of course, BMW of Sarasota was there with a full limo to the studio. How old were you when you started?
I first started when I was about 5.5 and around, or 6. I'm not really sure. And I played for a couple of months, and that's when I won my first trophy when I was 6 years old. I got the 3rd place. And then I quit for about a year, and then I restarted when I was about 8 years old. So it's kind of my 2nd or 3rd start.
So you remember that far back. You didn't win your first tournament?
No. I placed 3rd.
Placed 3rd. So you lost a match.
Yeah, but I remember.
Did you have fun losing back then?
I don't remember much. All I remember that I was about the size of the tennis racket, and I got this small trophy and usually they don't give trophies for 3rd place. They did at this tournament. And
well, you were special even back then.
So I look back at that trophy. It brings back a lot of fun memories. That's really my first tournament. So.
Well, that's exciting. Monica, we're going to have to take a break for one moment where we're going to come back and find out some more about your early career.
Great.
Folks, we'll be right back.
Totally Sound Tennis.
Talking about at age 5.5 you got started. Who got you into the game?
the whole credit goes to my dad, who, I mean, to this day has been my coach, and from all the beginning. And he just made tennis fun for me. I know, there's been so much stuff written about different players, and for me, it has worked out so well, and we just have a great relationship. And what my dad has been just, I think, the biggest influence in my life. And I love him. It's fun because you have a great relationship as a father-daughter, but also as a coach and a student, which is sometimes, harder.
That can test any relationship, but you all survived.
Yes, no, and it's great. I love it. So.
Well, you all certainly have a beautiful relationship.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I understand that he made it fun for you. How did he make it fun and bring you into tennis?
First he made it, like when I was growing up in Yugoslavia, you could not get a tennis racket, a small one, so he went all the way to Italy to just drove like all night to get a tennis racket. So that was the first step. And the second one, he would draw Tom and Jerry. I mean, my dad is a cartoonist,
yes.
And Tom and Jerry and the tennis ball, and then he did a children's show in Yugoslavia every Sunday, so he would bring back different cartoons and different drawings that he did in different films, and that's how he would correct my serves. I would look at different characters, and so he made it all different games. So it was more like a game. It was never tennis. Really was fun for me as it is today.
Well, he must have certainly known what he was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
Now this could account for your giggle in the game. He started with cartoons,
Yes.
and he made you laugh.
Yeah, well, my dad always said the most important thing is that first you have to love whatever you do, and the second one is you have to have fun at it, and the third one is you work hard at it, you'll hopefully see results. But I think whatever you do, you have to enjoy it and have a great time, because that's the most important thing in life.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Your dad has told me that he does get requests to coach other players.
Yes.
You knew that?
Yeah, so
You're honored by that, not threatened
Yes.
or offended.
No, I hope he'll stay on with me, but
He's always there when you need him.
Yes, all the time.
But
So,
very interesting. You know what he will ask when he screens the parents?
okay.
Do you know what he says to
No.
them? He says, "Do you like tennis?" He says this to the parents.
Really? I didn't know that.
You know that. He told me this. And you know
Okay.
what the answer is? If they say, "Yes, we like tennis very much," he says, "I can't work with your daughter or your son.
No, that's
She
so
has
true.
to like tennis."
Yeah.
And that's what he instilled in you, love of the game.
Yeah. You have to, as an athlete who's competing, I think that's the most important thing, not the parent. And the one thing is, my dad got a very, in the beginning when I started playing tennis, his mom, my grandmother, she was like, "Oh, why is Monica playing tennis? She should be playing with Barbie dolls." And I told her that, this is what I love to do. This is for me fun. And I used to get my dad, like when he would come home from work and he would be like tired, and I used to like drag him up. I said, "Dad, come on, let's go out and play." And growing up, I did not have there were no tennis courts. There were like 4 tennis courts in the whole city, so I used to play in parking lots, and he used to make like a net and stuff. So it was fun.
I bet it was. All right, now you're on a parking lot. What's in your mind? Is that parking lot Wimbledon grass? Is that the U.S. Open hard courts? Or just a parking lot?
Just a parking lot. I never imagined, I know a lot of players say, "Oh, I dream of being one day at Wimbledon," or I actually imagine playing in Wimbledon. I never had that. It was always just...
Did you know what Wimbledon was?
The only tournament that till I was about 12 years old was just the French Open, because that's the only tournament got televised. I mean, we only had one cable channel. I mean, this was a little different than here. But it was, I only knew about Martina and Chris, and I did not know that there were 12 or 16 other tournaments during the year, and to get to the finals of the French, you had to win 6 matches and things like that. So, and I really didn't know that till I was about 14 years old.
Little did you know that there was more than one tournament in the world. You have such a high standard of play, and it's been said by many commentators, Carello and Collins and Drysdale, that you bring out the best in your opponents.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Now I think that's a real compliment and accolade. And we have some first-hand experience. If you'll view the screen. Do you remember the game?
Yeah, very well. This is in 1993, and I'm playing Davidson.
Davidson. Who's this kid Davidson?
Oh, boy.
Well, watch what you bring out in Davidson. His mother, brothers, and none of us have been able to bring that out.
Yeah, Dayton, yeah. But he's fun. I mean, I played quite a lot of times with him, and he's just a great guy. I mean, you have a very lucky family, but wow, he was happy here.
He was happy.
Wow.
You brought out the best. July 25, Carrie has a Level 7 Classic at Bath & Racket at Celsius Tennis Academy. And also on that busy weekend, Travis Eckerd is hosting the Longwood Run Open No. 2 for men's and women's singles and doubles. July 28th, Jeff Russell has another great Pro-Am. August 1st, let's head out to Nate Griffin's River Strand for a super USTA one-day doubles event. August 8th, Longwood Run Open No. 3, men's and women's singles and doubles. August 15th, join in the Hendrickson Memorial Junior event out at Longwood with Travis Eckerd.
Hi, I'm Jeff Russell from United Tennis Academy, and I have a tip for the kids out there. One of the things that I feel like the children, when they come and they play, whether they're training or they're playing a match, is they feel like I come to the court, and if I'm not playing well, I get angry and I get upset and I start to lose my cool, and things mentally go downhill from there. My tip is I think it works the other way around 95% of the time. I think when you show up to the court and you feel good about your day and you're excited to practice and you're excited to learn something, that you then begin to play well. And if you show up to the court and you're tired and you have a little bit of a negative attitude and you're not that excited to get into practice and sweat and work, that typically your play goes down and mentally you break down. So my tip is for all those kids out there, when you go to practice, try to go to practice with a good attitude, try to go to practice with a lot of energy, looking forward to what it is you're going to do on the court today, having something specific that you want to work on, and challenging yourself every day to try to improve on that. And if you do that, I guarantee your mental game will get better.
Tennis fans, in the early days, you knew this guy as Hurricane Tennis. Tony Driscoll, great to see you. Let's go with your career. You had this vision to come to Sarasota. You brought your act to the Ritz-Carlton.
We did. We came from New York. We were sitting around getting lazy and they said we want to start the sports marketing company, and we always were tennis concentric. We had 4 academies up in New York, and we really started at the Ritz-Carlton at El Conquistador back in the day. And now we've transcended into what we are today. So.
We know you travel a fast lane, so let's go fast forward with this guy's life. All of a sudden, you're involved with an ATP, a USTA challenger here in Sarasota. It's a model for the USTA. They're looking and saying, how's Driscoll do it? We want to do it that way. Where did you get this dream? How did this dream evolve?
Well, I'd helped with a lot of other professional events, and then I had to kind of have my own take on what I thought could be done. My father really pushed me into starting it in this community, saw there was a big need for it. And then we kind of took our own take, like I said, of what we thought to kind of enhance that level and to make it a higher level for the fans to watch. It was a great product, so it's developed into what we are today, and we've been very fortunate. So,
Tony, we just touched on your dad, but right over our shoulder is the tennis court named the James T. Driscoll Court, used at the Sarasota Open. What impact did your dad have on your career?
Oh, my father did everything for me. I owe everything to him. He raised me alone as an only child for most of my life in upstate New York and Boston. It's a great influence on my life in general. SMR gave us the great honor of naming the court after him, and I couldn't thank them enough for them. Just humbled that they would allow that to happen.
And folks were coming out here, they thought that he was still with you.
They did. That was hard. He was famous for making brownies. They would give everybody coming through the gate,
I remember.
Yeah, and greet everybody. So he was missed not only by me but by the community in general.
You keep expanding. Magazine time.
Yes.
Your good friend Bill and you were putting this magazine together.
Yes.
New name, new direction.
Yes. The new magazine will name Play Sarasota. Still be tennis concentric, but we're going to add running and fitness. My company is in that genre as well. We own the Longboat Key Triathlon for the last 6 years. I was fortunate enough to partner with John Korf and Molly Jackson from New Balance for the Sarasota Music Half Marathon. which was a huge success last year. We had 1,500 people sign up the day after the race for next year, which kind of blew us away.
Wow.
And John, in my opinion, is the best in the country. He owned the New York City Triathlon, which is the largest triathlon in the world. You know him from tennis.
Of course I do.
He owned a WTA event in New Jersey, which was one of the big WTA events in the world before the U.S. Open.
High-end promoter of tennis.
High-end, very well respected around the world. So very fortunate to be in that genre with him as a partner. So.
Well, excitement comes to Sarasota. What are you most proud to bring to Sarasota?
I think in general, it's fun. I mean, we call it a 13.1 mile moving party. That's kind of our theme. John, as you know, Korf is a very creative guy and very, just in general, well respected, like I said. So from an operational point of view, it was flawless. What he and I think I bring is the fun part and the creative part, and Sarasota.
Because you're a fun guy?
Well, I try, but I think the community bought into it. 70% of the runners were women, so that should tell you something.
That could be fun.
Absolutely. So, and then as part of with Place Sarasota, we want to cover that. We want to show everything that's happening in our community and expand into that genre. Yeah.
No doubt about it. This guy has a tennis acumen for marketing and promoting. And people outside of Sarasota are starting to see that and appreciate that. Different part of the country, maybe a different part of the globe coming up.
Right.
Let's talk about a different part of a country.
Well, I appreciate that. We do have a new WTA event coming to New York City, Long Island specifically, West Hempstead, which will be May of 2016. A group in New York came to me and said, we want to do this. We went to the WTA and partner with them to bring that there. So we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a 3,000 seat stadium there, brand new, red clay.
Wow,
so
red clay.
It'll be the only
this will
women's red
be
clay.
Prior to the French Open?
Yep, leading into the French. So it'll be Madrid, and then we'll be going up against Rome that week. So we're really looking forward to it. Yep.
Tony, you have done it all.
No, thank you.
Is there anything left?
God knows. I'm just trying to keep my head high and be humble and press forward.
Good to see you.
Yep, you too.
They say you should dress for the job you want. Shouldn't you drive the car for the life you want? Right now at BMW of Sarasota, experience the luxury you want for less. Like a 320i, only $269 per month. Or an X1, just $299 per month. Everything about you tells your story. Drive a BMW today. You deserve it. BMW of Sarasota. Experience the ultimate difference.
Tennis fans, great to have you with us on Inside Tennis with the Cause. Boy, we love our sponsors, and you will too. Stop in to see them. But until then, remember, in tennis scoring, love means nothing, but love of the game means everything. Keep alive your love of the game. Love you, tennis fans, and we'll see you right here on SNN every Saturday at 2:30.
Inside Tennis with the Cause has been brought to you by BMW of Sarasota. Experience the ultimate difference at BMW of Sarasota.